Now we pass to attrition phase that has two steps: superiority check and attrition resolution. Attrition phase, players first verify if either has air or armor superiority, then compare the strength of their unfront ground units, and finally we cross-index the result on the attrition table to determine the number of hits, claimed attrition hexes, battles, or air reactions. So we come to this one. First, we will check who has ground superiority, tank armor superiority, and air force superiority. Then we count the force, the strength we have, our units have, that they are unfront in the first, for example, like this movement, this unit, or the units that are adjacent to a unit, in our friendly unit, which is unfront. For example, these units we will count. We will then count how many strength the phasing player has, the red one, and how many strength the defending player, the non-phasing player has. So we cross and there will appear a number. Let's see, step by step. The armor superiority, for example, any organized and supply armor either unfront or adjacent to a friendly unfront ground unit counts if it's in full strength, like in this one. It's full strength. As you can see, the units are full strength or in cadre. Cadre means not full strength, reduced strength. Every armor adjacent to an enemy or an armor that is adjacent to a friendly unit which is adjacent to one front counts like 2 points if it is in full strength, like this one. This one, for example, it counts like 1. Let's see the other one. If we have any other, we have Guderian here, so it counts, it's a valid unit, so it's 2. Let's see, we have here we have 1 point. I'll put the dice in order to help you. Let's see if we have other. No, here is 2. I think we don't have, Germans don't have any other units, armor units. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, totally 6. Let's see the Soviets. The Soviets, until I think Soviet general appears, they have stack limit 1, and they have all their units all are is not in full strength, it's are in cadre. So this one is a valid unit, it counts like 1. This one counts 1. This 1. If we have disorganized, the phasing player has disorganized units like this, for example, does not count, it doesn't give any points for superiority. Attention. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I cannot see any armored Soviets. There is one here, but is close to Moscow. So 3 against 2, 4, 5, 6. In case it's at least double or more, in that case, the Germans gain the superiority. We just mark it here, as you can see here. It will be a factor that in the attrition phase resolution. Now we just count, we do the same procedure in order to see if we gain air force superiority, in order to put this one. The game is, in this scenario, gives superiority to Germans. For example, here it's a cadre, so it counts for 1. Here the same. Here the same. While for the Germans this counts for 2. Their forces is not necessary to be adjacent to an enemy, but in the range. For example, in a range of 5. So 2 points for here, 2 points here, 2 points here, and Finland 2 points here, because you see it's 1, 2 is in a range in a enemy, in a friendly unit adjacent to enemy. So 2, 4, 6, 8 for Germans, 1, 2, 3, and this one 4 for Soviets. Is the double? Is the double. So the air superiority is for the Germans as well. You see the markers. That was the phase, as you can see here, superiority check. Let's see the attrition resolution that is, I think, unique in this game. In this attrition, for attrition strength determination, a ground unit is valid if it's in unfront for the non-phasing player, or unfront organized and supplied, of course, for the phasing player. This one means in practice we count the total strength of our units, organized, unfront, or adjacent to a friendly unit in unfront. So we just count these numbers. For example, 4, 3, 1, 5, 2, 3. This unit is not valid. Okay. And I will count it for you, all this. And if I remember well, the number is 82. We just count 82. We count this as well because it's adjacent to the Russian 4, and we count the same. The Soviets, the non-facing player, count this number as well. So for example, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, and so on. Okay, and the total number is 32. So 82 and thread 32 for the Soviets. We go to this attrition table. So we are here, the phasing player, the red one, is here. While with 32 points is here. The Soviets are here. We cross it and it is 3 to 1, right? 3 to 1. Let's zoom a little bit. Sorry, here. It's 3 to 1. In the first game, in the first turn, we have the surprise bonus, so we just go one column on the right. We shift. So we are 4 to 1. Then we calculate and we go right, one column right, we shift right, if we have air superiority. In this case, the Germans have, so we go here. In case we have armor superiority, we go one right as well. In case the Soviets have superiority, we go down from this one. So the result is 6 to 1. We just remember this number is the most important number for the game. Okay, 6 to 1. Let's see how we can the resolution of this attrition phase, that I repeat, it is a unique and amazing mechanism in this game. 6 to 1. First of all, this means that the Soviets have to receive 6 damages. We just put it here. And the non-phasing player first, just put 6, in that case, disorganized tokens to an army, to armies. Have to be to different armies, and then in case they have no armies, then to put more. Here we say that the hits for the units is we just follow this one. Let's see here. For example, it's an organized full strength unit in this case. Let's have an example like this one. Then we just add a disorganized token, it's the first damage. Then we flip, it's an organized cadre. Then we add another damage, in that case is disorganized cadre, and then it is destroyed. Okay, so let's see how it works. So the Soviet just now add one disorganized token to an army. In this example, for example, we'll add it here. We will add it here. Here, 3, 4. Of course, we add it in non-front units. For example, we could not add it here. It's far away from the battle. Here and here. This is the first step. In case that already unit head and this would eliminate, then a German unit that is organized and of course in supply must advance for free. We said that the attrition table was 6 to 1. Okay, we added 6. Now the phasing player just adds a damage. We will add it, for example, perhaps we will add it here. It's not very important to us because cannot fight. Now we have those markers, 6 to number, and one by one the phasing player, in this case the German one, just add it to a hex. And the Soviet, the passive player, the non-phasing player, must retreat. This is compulsory. If cannot retreat, as you will see, eliminate it. If it is organized, yes, eliminate again. So let's, for example, move here. We say, Soviet, you must retreat. Is it disorganized? It is. So total elimination. And then we advance for free. We can rotate it in order to see where was the marker, or because cannot advance again for second time. This one, first one. The second one, let's for example say here. It is disorganized, so destroy it as well. We move for free, advance for free. Another one, let's tell disorganized, we just put the token, forward token, here. It is disorganized, so eliminate it. He has to retreat. This airplane must retreat to a city, or a major, or a small city, but of course respecting the limit, the stack limit that in the Soviets are 1, so cannot come here. Cannot come here. Let's see if it arrives in 5. 1, 2, 3. Look, retreats here. So here we can go either with this unit or with this unit as well. Okay, adjacent. We have 3 more. This one, disorganized, elimination. Let's see, and this one goes back to Riga. We advance. Let's put the stronger unit here. We have 2 more. Let's move this one. Yes, why not? Or yes, here. Disorganized, so destroy it. And the last one, we cannot claim a city because our city, in theory, gives support and supply. So we cannot claim here. There is in the book, in the player aid, you can see according to the weather which hex are claimed. For example, since we have good weather in open terrain, forests and hills, not in strongholds, fortress, no, not in major cities, okay, or in mountains. The last one could be perhaps here. Yes, look what happens here. Cannot retreat because the stack limit is for 1 for the Soviets. It can retreat here, 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 but it enters to a zone of control of an enemy. Or to explain it better, each retreating ground unit that ends up in an unfront location suffers a hit per the hit procedure described as I told you before. Ground units that are disorganized or unable to retreat are destroyed as I told you. So in that case, we retreat here and is in unfront. Look, in other words, there is an enemy unit adjacent. So it suffers one hit. In that case is that one, right? Because if you remember, as we described, we go from organized full, disorganized, then cadre, in that case it was cadre, and then a disorganized cadre. We are here. Here, now we can, yes, we can move, or we stay. The last one, let's stay here, for example, or let's make a move. Why not? This phase, that is the claim attrition hexes, finished. So we rotate again our units because we will pass to the other phase, to the next one, that is the combat phase. As you can see, the structure of the game helps a lot to see how the game works without an explanation, just playing and explaining the game by playing. So I take out those markers. Of course, don't imagine that my strategy is perfect, okay? I just tell you how the game works. All these cards are destroyed and they enter to the destroyed units box. In case, perhaps in this game, it is better to make the Soviet units to become out of supply, because in that case they enter to the heavies box and they offer for free one resource or one oil. So, but now are destroyed and we just put them in the destroyed unit box. The resolution phase, I will show you, just finished. Better I use the books one, yes. Perhaps. So we moved. Believe me, ground movement and air forces movement is the most important in this game, because as you saw, in the position I stay or I move, we calculate the force, the strength of our units, either air forces or armor, in order to have superiority and to have superiority in armor and air force superiority. Then we calculate the total strength of all our units that are on front line. And if we have all these benefits, we have a better attrition phase, so our enemy suffers a lot of damage, and if it cannot retreat, we advance for free 1 hex, as we saw in our example. Not only that, now we will see the attack phase, and we will go again to the attrition table, that if you remember it was 6 to 1. So the Soviet one, the defender just receives an Air Force token, that is this one, Air Force reactions called. While if the offensive player, in that case the German, have the offensive token that gives them the right to attack, receives 6 attacks for free. So we add the 6 tokens, attack tokens, that are they are the same with the claim attack tokens of the hexes. Sorry. So in the combat phase, the Germans would have as combat tokens, so can do make and up to 6 attacks according to this number. That's why I tell you, and I will give emphasis to this one, that the movement phase is the most important in this game. In order to be somewhere here, for example, to have our enemy to give many losses and casualties, while it gives you the right to have more, to make more attacks. In case, of course, you have bought this one with 2 goods and 2 oil. It's a little bit expensive. Let's see now how the combat attacks. It's very nice mechanism as well. And believe me, in this game, if you don't like dice, personally I love dice. I bought some dice, customized dice, as you see with the symbol. Those are the 6s. In this game, the dice are not important, believe me, because how you will stand, how you will be moved, how you will be close or inside in difficult terrain, and so on, the battle will resolve. You will resolve the battle. Dice is the less important in this game. The heart of the game is where to move and where to put your units. And you will see, you had the idea, you took an idea how the attrition phase worked, that as a German we gave 6 damages, 6 hits actually to Soviets. We already destroyed 5 armies, units, and we moved for free, we advanced for free some of our units. Now, in case we destroyed the Soviet units, we will advance again. And not only this, since we have Guderian and Kleist already played, we will have the Blitzkrieg ability that gives us a second round of movement and a second combat. And believe me, perhaps we will destroy the Soviet units as in the beginning and historically happened.